Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today, because you need to have a hierarchy of improvement. You need to be aiming for something, and that means you're going to be pasted. Evie.
Viết cho tôi về chủ đề Transcending Yourself. Jordan Peterson Motivating dựa vào chủ đề và nội dung cung cấp để viết lại tiêu đề và nội dung mới. Tiêu đề mới đảm bảo ngắn gọn, xúc tích, đúng trọng tâm nội dung. Nội dung mới có số lượng từ dài gấp đôi nội dung cung cấp. Viết bằng tiếng Anh.
Title: The Hero's Journey, Transcending Your Lesser Self. Content: In the grand tapestry of life, we often find ourselves caught in the web of comparison, measuring our worth against the achievements of others. However, as Jordan Peterson astutely points out, this is a futile and potentially destructive endeavor. The true measure of success, the real battlefield of personal growth, lies not in outpacing others, but in surpassing your former self. This concept of self-transcendence forms the cornerstone of Peterson's philosophy on personal development and finding meaning in life. It's a powerful antidote to the nihilism and despair that can easily take root in a world that is, as Peterson often reminds us, inherently tragic and tainted by malevolence. The journey of self-transcendence begins with a fundamental shift in perspective. Instead of looking outward and comparing yourself to others, turn your gaze inward. Who were you yesterday? Who are you today? And most importantly, who could you be tomorrow? This inward focus is not about self-absorption, but about taking personal responsibility for your growth and development. Peterson argues that this approach is not only more fair but also more practical. After all, you are the only person who has experienced all of your advantages and disadvantages. You are intimately familiar with your own strengths and weaknesses, your triumphs and failures. This self-knowledge provides the perfect starting point for improvement. But what does this improvement look like in practice? It's not about grand, sweeping changes or overnight transformations. Instead, Peterson advocates for small, incremental improvements. Can you be slightly better tomorrow than you are today? Can you set the bar low enough with enough humility that you can actually clear it? This approach requires a delicate balance of ambition and humility. It's about recognizing your flaws and imperfections, not to wallow in self-pity, but to identify areas for growth. It's about setting goals that are challenging yet attainable, pushing yourself without setting yourself up for failure. The beauty of this approach is that it provides a source of meaning in life. In a world that can often seem chaotic and overwhelming, the pursuit of self-improvement gives us a sense of purpose and direction. It's a journey that never truly ends, a continuous process of growth and development that can sustain us throughout our lives. But make no mistake, this journey is not an easy one. It requires courage to face our own shortcomings, discipline to consistently work on ourselves, and resilience to keep going in the face of setbacks. It means being willing to let parts of ourselves die, our old habits, our limiting beliefs, our comfortable excuses, so that a new, better self can be born. Peterson likens this process to the hero's journey in mythology. The hero is not someone who is perfect or untroubled, but someone who confronts chaos and transforms it into order. In our own lives, we are the heroes of our own stories, facing our inner dragons and outer challenges, striving to create meaning and order in a world that often seems devoid of both. This journey of self-transcendence is particularly crucial in times of crisis. Life, as Peterson often reminds us, is filled with suffering. We will face illness, loss, disappointment, and failure. The apocalypse, in some form or another, is always on the horizon. In these dark times, having a robust sense of self and a commitment to continual improvement can be our lifeline. When faced with defeat or setback, Peterson advises us to adopt the mindset of a fighter who has just lost a match. Instead of complaining about unfair circumstances or blaming others, we should take stock of our own shortcomings and identify areas for improvement. This attitude of personal responsibility, of always looking for ways to better ourselves, is our best strategic position in life. But how do we start this journey of self-transcendence? Peterson suggests starting small. It could be as simple as making your bed each morning. This small act of bringing order to chaos, of taking responsibility for your immediate environment, can be the first step on a long journey of personal growth. The key is to start somewhere, anywhere, and to keep moving forward. Each small step builds momentum, putting you in a position to take slightly bigger steps in the future. Over time, these incremental improvements compound, leading to significant personal growth. This approach to life of continual self-improvement and personal responsibility is not just about individual well-being. As we improve ourselves, we become better equipped to care for our families and contribute to our communities. We become more resilient in the face of life's challenges and more capable of creating positive change in the world around us. In essence, Peterson's message is one of hope and empowerment. No matter where you are in life, no matter how dire your circumstances may seem, you have the capacity to improve. You are not defined by your current state, but by your potential for growth and transformation. This journey of self-transcendence is not about reaching a final destination of perfection. It's about embracing the process of growth itself, finding meaning in the continual striving to be better than you were yesterday. It's about recognizing that you are fundamentally the kind of being that, if it faces its problems, can solve them. In this light, self-transcendence becomes more than just a path to personal improvement. It becomes a heroic journey, a way of engaging with life that transforms suffering into meaning, chaos into order, and potential into reality. It's a journey that requires courage, discipline, and perseverance, but one that offers the possibility of a life rich in purpose and significance. So, as you face the challenges and uncertainties of life, remember, you are not just your problems. You are the hero who can confront those problems and overcome them. Your task is not to be perfect, but to be better than you were yesterday, better than you are today. In this continuous process of self-transcendence lies the key to a life well lived, a life of meaning, purpose, and profound personal growth.